Welcome to the Stoic Golden Tribe, where enduring wisdom meets the strength of presence, and where we uncover the truths modern society refuses to teach men. There comes a time in every man's life when silence feels heavier than words, when the heartbreak teaches more than books ever could, and when he looks back and whispers, "If only I knew then what I know now." But that's the thing, isn't it? Most men don't get the truth about women until it's too late. After they've been drained emotionally, manipulated subtly, or led to believe they were the problem for simply being men with boundaries. This video is not about blame, it's about awakening, a stoic call to reclaim your clarity, your masculine frame, and your peace of mind in a world that thrives on confusing you. We're going to unpack the hard truths, the hidden patterns in female behavior, the ancient masculine principles that still hold power today, and the deep emotional intelligence most men only develop after heartbreak or betrayal. This isn't just relationship advice, it's armor for your soul. And whether you're in love, recovering from love, or still trying to understand it, this is the clarity you didn't know you were missing. Let's dive into the 4 things men learn too late about women. Each one will hurt a little, but heal a lot more. Drop a comment below if you've ever learned a lesson the hard way in love. Your experience might save another man. Chapter 1. Women don't fall for the nice guy. They fall for the man who knows himself. There's a painful moment that hits many men at some point in their lives. They gave her the world. They listened. They cared. They were always available. They did everything right. And yet she left. Or worse, she grew distant while falling for a man who treated her like an afterthought. Why? Because society lied to men. We were told that if you're nice, you'll be loved. But here's the truth. Women are not wired to crave men who abandon themselves to please them. They want a man who knows who he is, with or without her. This doesn't mean you become cruel. It means you become clear. Clarity is power in the masculine frame, and women are instinctively drawn to it. The nice guy isn't rejected because he's kind. He's rejected because his kindness comes from fear, not strength. He doesn't want to upset her. He over-apologizes. He hides his real opinions. He avoids conflict. He bends himself into shapes she never even asked for. Ancient Stoic wisdom teaches this. He who does not command himself will be commanded by others. The nice guy doesn't command himself. He waits for permission to be enough. And the moment a woman senses this emotional dependence, her attraction begins to fade, often subconsciously. She may not be able to explain it, but she'll feel it. The loss of polarity, the absence of grounded masculinity, and she'll begin pulling away, slowly, subtly, until the man is left confused, heartbroken, and lost. But let me tell you something powerful. When you stop trying to impress her, when you stop tiptoeing around her moods, when you stop asking, "How do I keep her?" and start asking, "Who am I becoming?" everything changes. A man who knows himself can say no without fear, can walk away without drama, can love without attachment, can listen without losing his voice, can protect his peace, even from the woman he desires. That is the man she respects. That is the man she stays curious about. That is the man she fears losing. And the truth? You don't have to play games. You don't have to chase. You just have to stand in the truth of who you are and stop abandoning yourself to earn love. You see, the most unforgettable men are not the richest or the most romantic. They're the ones who make a woman feel something ancient, something real, that this man cannot be controlled. This man moves from principle, not pressure. And in that she feels something even she doesn't fully understand: desire, respect, and mystery. So the first lesson most men learn too late is this. You were never rejected for being too good. You were rejected for not being good at being a man with backbone. Let that sink in. Drop a comment below if you've ever felt confused about being too nice and still getting hurt. Let's talk about how to build strength without bitterness. Chapter 2. A woman will test you, not to hurt you, but to feel you. One of the most confusing things for men in relationships is this. Why does a woman who loves me test me? She questions your confidence. she creates drama out of nowhere. She says things like, "I don't know how I feel anymore," right when everything seemed perfect. She brings up other men. She delays responses. She pulls away just to come close again. It's enough to make a man doubt his worth. But here's what no one told you. A woman's tests are not random. They are instinctive. They are ancient. And they are not about hurting you. They're about feeling if you're still the man she can trust to lead, not just her, but your own life. Let's break it down. A woman doesn't test you with logic. She tests you with emotion. When she's moody, distant, or argumentative, she's not looking for you to fix her. She's looking for something deeper. Can you hold your ground without becoming reactive? Because the truth is, a man's emotional center is what she wants to feel safe inside. If you get angry every time she's unpredictable, if you fold the moment she withdraws affection, if you start doubting yourself when she withdraws emotionally, she doesn't feel your strength, she feels your insecurity. In ancient warrior cultures, men were trained not just in battle, but in emotional discipline. They learned that the storm outside should never disturb the calm inside. A woman's tests are the modern storm, and your response to them reveals your depth. So what does she want? She wants to feel that. You won't chase when she pulls away. You won't crumble when she's upset. You won't need her approval to stay confident. You can see through the surface chaos to her deeper need, emotional leadership. The man who passes her tests doesn't argue or explain himself to gain points. He doesn't seek validation. He doesn't panic. He observes, he remains grounded, and he responds with calm clarity, not emotional chaos. Here's the brutal truth. If you fail her tests enough times by becoming weak, needy, or reactive, she will lose respect for you even if she still loves you. Because feminine love cannot thrive without masculine certainty. Think about that. You may love her deeply, but if you cannot remain strong through her emotional waves, she will eventually seek that grounded energy elsewhere, even if it's just emotionally. So what do? You train yourself to respond from presence, not panic. Let her emotions rise and fall like the tides. You are the rock beneath the waves. She may scream, cry, push, pull, but in her storm she's searching for your silence, your stillness, your unshakable masculine energy. And when she finds it, when she feels that no matter what happens, you remain who you are, she melts, she softens, she returns. Because in a world full of boys pretending to be men, she's dying to feel one who doesn't flinch. So understand this, brother. Her tests are not cruelty. They are questions, and your calm is the answer. Ever been confused by a woman's mixed signals or sudden mood changes? Drop a comment below and share what you've learned. Let's help each other evolve. Chapter 3. She'll respect you more when she feels you can walk away. Here's one of the harshest truths a man learns too late in life. The moment a woman senses that you're afraid to lose her, she starts to lose attraction for you. That sounds cruel, doesn't it? But it's not about playing cold or pretending not to care. It's about emotional independence, the one thing that separates a grounded man from a needy one. You see, in the beginning, she's drawn to your strength, your self-sufficiency, your ambition. She loves that you're on your mission, that you're not chasing, that your life has meaning with or without her. But as the bond deepens, many men slowly shift. They start revolving around her moods. They cancel plans to be available. They over-explain, over-apologize, over-give. And without even realizing it, they become a man who's scared to lose her. That's when the dynamic flips. She starts pulling away, not always physically, but emotionally. Because here's what no one teaches us. Love cannot replace self-respect. And a woman can feel the moment you begin to prioritize her over your own truth. Let's go deeper. Ancient Stoic philosophy teaches us, never tie your peace to what can be taken from you. A man who cannot walk away from a disrespectful or unbalanced relationship is not in love, he's in fear. And fear never commands respect, not from a woman, not from anyone. When she disrespects you, when she withdraws affection to test your reaction, when she crosses a line you once said was your boundary, if you stay, If you justify, if you tolerate, you are teaching her that your words mean nothing. And from that moment on, her behavior will change, because now she knows you will trade your dignity for her attention. But when a man knows his worth, when a man holds the line, when a man walks away, not to manipulate her, but to protect his own peace, she sees a force she cannot control. And that, brother, is what earns a woman's deepest respect. You want her to feel safe? Let her feel that you are not afraid of her absence. Let her see that you will not beg, chase, or lose your mind if she leaves. Let her know, through action, that you are with her by choice, not by emotional dependency. Here's what happens when you carry that energy. She stops taking your presence for granted. She starts measuring her words. She respects your boundaries. She sees you as a man, not just someone she can emotionally sway. And ironically, when she knows you can walk away, she becomes more afraid of losing you, because women don't truly fall in love with the man who gives her everything. They fall in love with the man who doesn't need her to feel whole. So if you're in a space where you feel disrespected, dismissed, or unseen, don't argue, don't chase, just step back. Watch her energy shift when yours does. Because the truth is, you teach a woman how to love you by what you tolerate. What's one boundary you've learned to set after being too tolerant in love? Share it below. It might help another man find his voice. Chapter 4. Love is not enough. Respect is the real glue. It hurts to admit this, but many men have loved deeply, sacrificed everything, gave their time, their money, their energy, even their future plans, only to be met with indifference, to be left behind, to be replaced, to be told, "I love you, but I'm not in love with you." And in that moment, everything shatters. But the real tragedy isn't that she left. It's that no one ever taught you this. Love is not enough to keep a woman, not if she doesn't respect you, not if she doesn't look at you and see a man who can lead, protect, and be unshaken by her storms. You see, women feel love differently than men. For many men, love is loyalty. It's presence, it's consistency. But for a woman, love fades when respect fades. She can say she loves you, but if she rolls her eyes when you speak, if she talks over you, if she manipulates with silence, weaponizes emotion, or disrespects your time, that's not love. That's dominance. And it's slowly killing your masculine spirit. You weren't built to live under her emotional rule. You were built to stand tall, to lead with clarity, and to move from values, not validation. Here's what ancient masculine wisdom tells us. The man who places love above honor will lose both. Read that again. If you're constantly explaining yourself, if you keep forgiving her for things you would never do to her, if you hide your pain just to keep her comfortable, you are shrinking your spirit to preserve a connection that no longer honors your masculine truth. And over time, this destroys you. You lose your edge, you lose your power, you lose your direction. But here's the good news. You can reclaim yourself. It begins the moment you stop trying to win her love and start living in a way that wins your own respect again. Because the man who respects himself, speaks with conviction, keeps his boundaries even when it hurts, walks away from what drains him, chooses peace over chaos, even if that means choosing solitude. When you carry that energy, love becomes a choice, not a need. And women can feel that. They're drawn to it, because that's the energy of a king. Not someone who rules over others, but someone who rules over himself. And in that presence, women either rise to match your energy, or they quietly exit, unable to manipulate what they can't control. So here's the final truth. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be a man who refuses to lose himself in the name of love. Because when a woman knows you will never betray yourself for her, she either levels up or leaves. Either way, you win. Have you ever stayed too long in a relationship that lacked respect? Share your story in the comments. We grow stronger by telling the truth. If this video spoke to something deep inside you, if you've ever felt confused, unseen, or disrespected in love, know this: you're not alone. And you're not broken. You're just waking up. Like this video to spread the truth modern men desperately need. Subscribe to the Stoic Golden Tribe for more ancient wisdom and relationship clarity. And share this with a brother who needs to hear it. The world doesn't need more soft men. It needs more grounded, respected, unshakable ones. And that starts with you. We'll see you in the next one.